This is Kiki coming to you from Norfolk, Atlantis with...
Matt, and we're going to be unboxing an ACD order today.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. I'm always excited, though. So that's about... You want to just...
Let's break right into it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to start whipping stuff out.
We have a large box down here that we're going to be pulling from first.
Big, healthy box does not need to be on the table. Bam.
Harry Potter, Eaters Rising. So I'm unfamiliar with this. It's a new release, it looks like.
It's a big new card game, for the most part. It's more card-based, it looks like. Get a custom sculpted Voldemort figure, because you can't live your life without that.
Yeah, that'll go on my nightstand.
That's gonna go... Yeah, I was gonna say, you wake right up, just like, oh, game, beautiful.
Tapestry, which is a pretty solid game. It's a lot like Civilization, if you ever played the computer game. It's you have various win tracks of science, invent, military, or I think culture as well. I've heard very good things about it.
Yeah, I too have heard some pretty interesting stuff. I was like, I've never played, but I like Civilization, so that actually got my interest as well. It's on my list.
We got some Boss Monster.
Boss Monster!
So I actually really like this game, although there are some really broken things you can do in it, where you can get into like a recursive loop and just destroy your opponents.
You know, if you really like your friends and you just want to see how much better than them that you are with very little, I'm just joking. But honestly, this game is really good for a quick paced like challenge with your buds.
Yeah, it's basically heroes run through the different dungeons that you guys set up, and the point is to kind of kill them in your dungeon.
Yeah.
So
you want the boss monster.
Yeah, you're the big bad. But really fun game, definitely recommend it. So this is one I've never seen before.
But it's beautimous. It's called Oceans. I've been wrong before.
So we have essentially like front-facing art on both sides.
I like the monster eating the whales. This is great. Like let me get the tasty side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Strategy game where you're creating like a web of marine life and probably trying to adapt to like a changing environment. Last from this box we have 5 Minute Marvel. So it's made by the same people who did 5 Minute Dungeon, and it's you have 5 minutes to run through and beat the villains.
Yep.
It's quick paced and fun. It's definitely like something to do for like 30 minutes on lunch break or something like that.
5 Minute Dungeon is very true to its name. They really compacted that down to a really really fun, cute game. We have box number 2. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it does.
Avalon from the Resistance. It's definitely like a deception-based game where you're basically trying to suss out who the rebels are, or who the traitors are, whatever the term for it is in this one. And it's really fun. It definitely lets you know how good your friends are at lying. Oh, so this is we didn't play test this either. Made by the same people who made we didn't play test this at all. I definitely really like it. It's definitely a very quirky game of just like, oh, your birthday's in March, you lose.
Yeah, it's random little it's like as if Cards in Humanity had just a broken rule set. It's like it'll make you laugh, but it also will make you like, what did I do wrong? Nothing. It just wanted you to lose.
Yeah.
Game is now over.
What do we have here? Some Starfinder, which is like Pathfinder but set in space. So you have aliens and different cosmic civilizations. So it's definitely an interesting game.
Like everything that Guardians of the Galaxy is about for the most part, but in a role play kind of game.
Seems fun.
Yeah, I think it was pretty cool when I played a couple times.
Oh, and then a Pathfinder pawn collection. So it's the same deal, but instead for like Pathfinder, which is like the fantasy setting. Binder here, the one of the scale ones from Dragon Shield.
They're really nice.
Dragon Hide binders. Yeah. They're really high quality. They're I believe
super
side
sturdy.
loader. We have the Fox and the Forest duet.
Yes.
So it's a 2-player game. And then we have a couple of cans of Army Painter primer.
Because when you do your paint time, sometimes it's nice to have that prime time too.
So we have Matte White and Matte White.
Hi, Matt White. Shout out to Matt White.
Yeah. It's primer. You prime your models.
You prime your models. It's simple.
We have another big box.
I wish I could Lanes roll this and just be like.
We have a large box of Dragon Shields. The difference between the different size boxes is these are for like Japanese size cards, or like smaller mini as they're also called, and they're for like Yu-Gi-Oh or Vanguard, versus like Magic, Pokemon, and Dragon Ball for the larger boxes.
New art ones.
Oh, we do?
They're new to me. I've never seen these babies.
Dragon of Liberty is definitely new.
Ooh, yes. Dragon of Liberty, healthy box. It literally is very Murica with dragon, and I'm proud of it, man. Lady Liberty, Murica as dragon. Come get you a box. And then we've got the Empire State Dragon. I'm seeing a theme here. New York, hello. Anybody else singing Alicia Keys in their head? I was wrong. It's the Sphinx Dragon as well. I think I like this one the most. If a dragon could be an elderly Liam Neeson type, this is exactly what that dragon embodies for me. So we've got here some Dungeon Maze Tile expansion sets for Pathfinder. A couple of those, they're pretty nice. If you do like dungeon tiles, those are always going to come in handy. You flip them around.
The nice thing about like Pathfinder and D&D is that they both use like the grid system, so it's very much like you can use resources from one for the other really easily.
Saving that money. And in that same vein, we've got Wet Erase, because Wet
Erase, yeah.
I mean, just,
yeah. So those are what you want to use on your double-sided flip mats.
Frame cutters, because if you're building and you're printing and you're getting new games, like any of our Marvel Crisis games that just came out with little figures and doodads that you gotta paint, things like that, this is really great for that.
Yeah, so it's for clipping the model pieces off the sprues.
You got some Vallejo.
Some Vallejos.
Some Vallejos. I like me some Vallejos. It stretches a long way. I've had Vallejo for it feels like forever.
Yeah, they taste bad.
I wouldn't. Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
This one is Rojo Tostado, and this one is Scarlet. I read the other one in Spanish. I swear I knew that.
Burnt red.
Burnt red is what it is, but like, is it really?
Yeah, it's burnt red.
Ooh, 4-year Spanish. Ew. Ew. Ooh, we got these Loom Cypher. Shout out to Cypher. Bill Cypher. Your boy here. Got them Illuminati bagaroonies for all you conspiracy theorists out here with this Rona. Here you go.
Like a 5th edition D&D compatible book.
Yes, it is.
So lots of ciphers, artifacts, and other fantastical stuff. So adding a bit more tech into D&D.
Yeah.
Shadowrun 6th edition, which is like a cyberpunk, far future, corporations rule everything kind of setting. It's really cool. It's a D6 system. So we have D&D Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. I don't know what this is, to be honest with you, but it reminds me of the Oregon Trail.
The Oregon Trail.
A classic adventure that's been converted to 5th edition.
Oh, that's so nice. I thought the little things in the back were just really not. I thought they were Daleks.
I bet if you're not careful, you do die of dysentery, though.
So now we've opened another box that has
D&D books.
more D&D books.
All right. So Eberron is, one of the other campaign books, and it has Artificer in it. I think it might also bring Warforged into the setting, which is a race of automatons, which are pretty cool.
What are automatons, Matt?
Essentially a robot.
Nice.
For those who didn't know. If you're not D&D savvy, you're probably like, what did he just say?
He said words at me.
Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Matt explains Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
So Xanathar's is like the best way to put it is like a supplemental player's handbook. It's got additional races, classes, items, things that are just really handy to have. Probably be the first book I would get after a player's handbook if I was a player.
Super essential.
Adds a lot of spells and interesting stuff. Also, Xanathar is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say Xanathar's is just.
Xanathar is a beholder, which is a D&D monster. It's on the front cover here.
This big eyeball-y boy.
And he's just a collector of things.
Yeah.
So he
These
just
are some
likes
of his
to know
cute
about
little
stuff.
things.
Acquisitions Incorporated is like running a business in D&D, and it's definitely kind of an oddball one. It's made by the guys who do Penny Arcade. But, it's definitely interesting. It's got some concepts that could be helpful to running a campaign.
Goes to the salt marsh. You like water, kids?
believe it's a campaign setting. I don't really know too much about it.
It is. It's literally it says on the back, it's an adventure on the high seas.
Oh, okay.
And then you're on a boat and you think everything is safe because whatever happens on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
Lots of terrible things.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially if you have an irrational fear of sea monsters, which is not that irrational for the public, should, just so they know.
What, a couple of Starfighter books?
Near space.
How are you near space? Is this technically like me near your space?
I don't know what they mean by that, unless it's like, near as far as like cosmic terms as far as distance, Okay.
It's a galactic region that contains the Pact Worlds. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. It's great, though.
It's a word.
Yep. It
It's got
expands
letters,
Starfinder.
maybe a couple vowels.
Yep. 9 worlds. Here you go, kids.
Alright, so we have some flip mats, which are just like a two-sided map for Pathfinder. So this one's like looks like a town market.
Not one that you want to be drawn on, by the way. Super not one you want to be drawn on, but super nice otherwise.
And we have a couple of spaceships on this one.
Ooh, this is cool. Yeah, for Starfinder.
Yeah.
Also, I like combining these with a bunch of different ones, not just Starfinder, because how often do you get spaceship grid little panel thingies? These are dope. The flip bats are cool.
So this is like one of the pre-made Pathfinder adventures, and it's on its like third part out of 6 for Extinction Curse. So.
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool. It's got dragons on the back.
The Threefold Conspiracy, and this particular part is Flight of the Sleepers.
He is bubbly and gross. I like it.
Oh, he's definitely got some bubble wrap on
He
him.
got a little bit of pox.
All right, then we have an adventure grid for D&D.
Like we got some green stuff, because green stuff. What does green stuff do, Matt?
It's a modeling putty. It's a 2-part epoxy.
Yeah, it's actually
so you
really
mix it together until it's like a bright green, and then you can apply it to your model to like fill gaps or add parts to it. So if you wanted to sculpt like additional parts onto the monster that you're modeling, you can definitely do that.
Which is always highly recommended, that you take great models and just customize them into your own, because why not?
I definitely recommend using like a sculpting tool of some type for applying it, but
And
it's
then
definitely really good for
afterwards.
really good for gap fill.
We got brushes of all sorts. All of our Citadel brushes are actually pretty great. Most of them come with the little caps on them, which we appreciate because it helps, not compromise the quality of the brush tip. Because God knows when you have a brush tip that's like this big, the last thing you want is anything getting in the way of it. We got some shiny click clacks. We got all these beautiful babies. These are the only D6s we have. We've got these ones in. They are the little granite speckled ones. Oh, we got some clear ones for people who just like translucent clear. Minimalist, if you will. More blue. Alright, this one is a lustrous set from Chessex. Oh, this is a dark green, blue, black set. For people who can't see all that well, I recommend things like this because just, the contrast of colors with the really dark
Yeah, I can definitely read it from over here, and that's usually a pretty good sign.
Huge letters, or numbers. Those are numbers. This is pink. Ghostly glow. Yeah, this is a pink silver combination for that. I like this one as well because it looks milky and ghosty. This is a scarab set. They have this in jade. They have this in ruby. They have this. I'm sorry, not jade. They basically have like a red, blue, and green set. And this is the green set. The luminary set for Chessex is nice too. It kind of closely reminds me to all the little smoky, milky types.
Oh, toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
Reminds me of either like toothpaste or gummy candies. In either case, I don't recommend putting them in your mouth. Light ones that are like kind of glittery and sparkly. Yeah. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
All right, and I'm pretty sure I know what these are. They are flip mats.
Yes, these are the other mats that we were talking about. Like, you want these, but you want to use dry erase on these because these
dry erase
or wet erase. Pardon. See?
Don't use dry erase. Use wet erase for these.
Super useful if you love your DM and they don't have one. This is a good hey, thanks for being my DM. Now draw me things kind of gift.
Run your game. Entertain me.
Visuals. Know and weren't aware at this point in time you like any of our shiny click clackies and all these other cool little diddly dads and books and such and visual things that get your attention, that's great because we do shipping for you guys. If it happens to be something that's over $30, your shipping shall be free because and you have to be in the Hampton Roads. That's kind of like baseline, Hampton Roads. That's the big letter part, and then the rest of it is like shipping must be at least $30 for it to be free. But if you just happen to be outside of Hampton Roads, we still love you. We'll just do a $5 shipping. That's just what makes that different. But I don't know.
I really want to beat up a raisin, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Beat up a raisin. Yeah. All right.
I've never had any kind of accident.
No, just an accident counter.
It's actually pretty high right now. So it's like
running out of things to get
it's like
him.
close to 200.
Once we hit a year, we'll just stop polling. We know you're capable then.
Yeah.